to, or the authority to give a blanket order that the mandatory minimums be eliminated. And Alexander Shalom, who's a great attorney, he submitted a brief on behalf of I don't know, he's with the ACLU. He's always up. He's always he has a lot of. You probably know him because he's always in the state house on these issues, and he also argued like 50 to 100 cases before the New Jersey Supreme Court. But that's not enough. We need to get support, and that's what we were talking about, Lefty.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bill. We got. Oh boy, where's my mic? Sorry, we got cut off. We're having some technical problems here and some audio issues. We got knocked off YouTube again, so we missed a little of what you had to say just before, but we caught most of it, and we're back on YouTube now. Sorry about that. We're having some.
Let me just give you the bottom line. That there's the issue before the court is whether we're going to continue Jim Crow or not continue Jim Crow. That's the bottom line. Whether we're going to cut off, whether they're going to eliminate mandatory minimums for drug offenses, which, I don't know what the number is, 80% are people of color, or whether we're going to continue Jim Crow. And as I said, there's a great attorney representing this issue from the ACLU and other attorneys, but that's not enough. I'm trying to get grassroots support for the day of the hearing, that people are present and they say, we don't want Jim Crow in this state. Did you get that? Hopefully YouTube didn't cut that off. It's set up
to fail for a lot of people, but especially people of color. They've been suffering more than anyone under this drug war. And it's just hard to imagine we're still having this fight here in the 21st century.
Well,
like, what have we learned? Have we learned from the past yet? I don't think we have. I don't get it.
Well, there's some people, Leo Bridgewater. I've met him a few times, and he says there's Flintstones and there's Jetsons. So, are you a Jetson or are you a Flintstone? So the Flintstones are holding us back. That's why we need to be present at that hearing. So the Flintstones don't get the last word.
Yeah. Where is this hearing at, by the way?
We don't have a date. It's going to be the New Jersey Supreme Court, 25 Market Street, I believe, up on the 7th floor. But outside too, there's a room for about, I don't know, let's say 100 people in the court. But hopefully there's going to be an overflow. But filling up the court's enough.
Okay. We don't have a date yet, though. Maybe what?
No, they haven't scheduled oral argument. We'll circle back around and we'll talk about the date. But like I just watched the all fired up and ready to go speech from Barack Obama, so I'm all fired up and ready to go.
Nice, right on. Everybody's like, yeah. I got everybody's mic off. Sorry, you can't hear the cheers here. Oh, right on.
And by the way, you said a lot of these drug laws have always been directed. I mean, they started out directed at Mexicans, and then it spread to people of color. And what they tried to do it was crazy. What it was really about was hemp. They wanted to get rid of hemp so they could make oil and plastic and pharmaceuticals, all the stuff that hemp dominated. They wanted to create a world we see how destructive. And I've been saying, I'm trying. my next thing is like a hemp economy. We got to go back. Hemp is so when they targeted Mexicans and minorities for this stuff, they were able to bring in hemp, and they eliminated hemp because it was a cousin of cannabis. And now we're faced with a petrochemical economy, and we see where that's going. It ain't good, that's for sure. Not good at all. So, but
yeah, we drove through Linden on the way down here. We see that.
That's like what's his name? That's like the end of days. It's like a big. There's steam and all kinds of crap coming out of there, right?
It's scary. There's just smoke coming out of these stacks, and there's like no animals for miles.
You go past exit 13, and it's like the end of the world. Going towards New York.
I know. I'm from Bayonne. I know. I'm immune to a lot of it, but I think I grew up with some immunity.
So I've said my piece.
Well, thanks, Bill. Let me know when we're doing this, because I'm down. Let's go.
All right, I'll stay in touch with you. Thank you so much for your time, Lefty.
Thanks, Bill.
Take care.
Bill Ryback, everybody. Sorry about the audio issues. I don't even know what happened here. We got knocked off again, probably because I moved the computer. But I don't even know what to say anymore. We're back up. I can't tell if we're getting audio from here now or here. How's it sound out there? Can we do an audio check? Or are we just going to end the show? What time is it? Can we end the show? Now, the pizza will be here soon. We're going to order pizza. The order pizza is here. Check YouTube and see if you can hear me now, and if it sounds like we're underwater. If it sounds like we're underwater, then we don't even need a mixing board at that point. This is why we do live stuff. I love it. I love it. I love the stress and the pressure. And when we fail, we fail. When we make it, we make it. Oh, hold on. There you go.
Yeah. Yo. I'm back.
Okay, can you hear? You heard Chris say that? You heard? Really? You hear this? Perfect. That's great. I'm shocked. I can't, because I can't really tell. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you. I'm glad you got to hear Bill Ryback. Bill Ryback's very smart, and we'd like to have him on the show. I'm glad you heard. We only missed a little bit. You missed about a minute of it. So we're going to have to put those videos together and do some editing now. I'm sorry. Hold on. What did you say?
Well, oh my God. Damn, Lefty.
Sorry.
Blow my own ears
my
out.
God.
Oh, at the end of the day, we need to be present for the hearing, which
Yes.
is going to be here in Market Street. We don't have the date yet, but as soon as we do, then, so that's the most important thing, is that we come out in numbers for the hearing, because the more people, the better to get this cleared up ASAP. So as soon as he knows the hearing date, he's going to let us know. So at this point in time, you can take the time to do all the editing, but you can also just wait until you have the date. Well, I don't know. I think we're fine. We don't hear you now. What? You went and shut yourself off.
Mic.
You shut
I'm
yourself
a
off.
mess today.
Lefty
Give me
shut
that. Give me that.
himself off. That's it. That's it.
I forgot the edibles too.
Time to die.
I had edibles for you all. Don't throw stuff at me. But I had edibles for you all, and I screwed up.
Sugar leaves.
Sugar leaf. Sugar leaf. Thank you. Sugar leaf. I'm sorry I let you down.
No.
I let us all down today. I'm sorry. Point and laugh at Lefty again. I know you all love to do that.
You're human, so
Sometimes.
It's all right. It's all right. It happens.
if we were meant to have them, we
Yeah.
would, right?
Yeah. There's always a next time, right?
There you go. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Save them for Thanksgiving.
Hello. Oh, yes. Hello.
Delivery outside?
Oh, yeah. We're looking for the tent. Look at the tent. We're under the tent. I think that's you over here. Yeah, underneath the big tent in front of the State House.
Oh, this is our pizza?
It's a pizza. Where's the pizza guy?
I don't know. Where's this?
Are you in a truck?
Are you in a?
Are you in a car?
Where is?
Yeah,
it?
I'm here in the front.
In the front? Come to the annex.
What color car?
145 West State Street.
Yeah, I'm staying here in the 145 West State.
Yeah, there's a tent out front. We're under the tent.
It's in the front or no?
Yeah, in the
Yes,
front.
In the front.
In the front,
There's a big tent
there's a big tent. Look at
under the tree.
look for the tent by the tree.
Let me one second. Oh,
I think he's right there, Lefty.
Is that yeah? You have a white car or a pickup truck
Behind the pickup.
behind the pickup? Yeah, I think you're in a white car. Oh, this
No,
is him.
no,
Oh, you're pulling
sure.
up. He's pulling up here now.
oh, you over there?
There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, there he is. Okay, pizza's here. That's a good thing.
Thank you.
I
Thank
wonder
you.
if they got any paper plates.
Right. We didn't even think about that. Oops.
This is true. I have paper plates.
So I'm gonna have to put together a kit that I have in the car
Yes.
to keep you in order now. How do you do it? Oh yeah, that's kind of annoying, huh? Isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, I was like, where's that coming from?
Think you're hearing things for a second. It's like, wait a minute.
A couple bucks for a tip.
Oh yeah, somebody wants to
think I
buy
have
my
cash.
car.
I don't have cash.
Oh, I do. If you want to go to my car real quick. Yes, please.
Yeah, do you have-
Oh man,
Yeah.
does somebody want to run to my car?
Thank
to
you.
get- I have cash in the car for sure.
I think Lefty got it.
I just didn't bring anything with me. I just lock it in there. I like my dark windows. Nobody can see anything in there. Love it. There is a little chip on the one window, and I wanted to get it fixed. And my dealer was like, "But Trace, if I take it off, I can't put it back on." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "No, because it's not. Yeah, it wasn't factory." He's like, "I have to put it back to factory if I take it off." I was like, "That's all right." So for almost 2 years now, I've been driving it with that little, and it's like in the corner. But my OCD just when the window's up, there's this one little tiny. I mean, it's not tiny. To me, it's like huge spot where they missed the tinting, and it's just it always catches my eye. I guess because I know it's there, and I think that's why it bothers me. Because I was like, I grew up at a racetrack. That stuff would never fly, ever, ever, ever. And there it is, and everybody thinks it's okay. I'm like, oh, no. Oh. It's like, but get it figured out. Yeah, grab a slice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I have a slice of pepperoni too, please? Yes, please.
Or plain.
Yeah. It ended up being nicer today than we thought. I think we were really concerned that today was going to be Lefty. When you and I were talking the other day, we were really concerned it was going to be cold. Oh, check out my bow since you're above me.
Oh,
Had to do a little bit of Halloween.
isn't that cute?
Well, the kid picked it out for me. He likes my hair down because he says it looks better that way and he likes me in the big glasses and my reading glasses instead of these. He's like, I don't know. He prefers these instead of. I mean, they're broken, but I gotta get them replaced right now instead of this shape. So I don't know, but hey, I need to just pick up the phone, call my LASIK doctor, and say, hey, it's been 11 years, and I paid for a lifetime adjustment, and my eyes are going down again, so I need to get my butt in and get the adjustment done, because they'll do it. I paid for it. That's what I need to do. And I just, That stuff, that shit hurt though, man. It's like my eyes burned for 2 weeks. They burned. It was worth it because I could see immediately. Like they take you in there and they're like, "You see that clock?" I'm like, no. And then the doctor's like, "All right." In a moment, and he does this little thing, and then he says, "Okay, what time is it?" And that quickly, you can see that clock clear as day. And I had astigmatism, so the fact that they were able to correct that as well was like insane. So it was so worth it. I went, I guess 8 years because I didn't get glasses again until 3 years ago. So maybe 4 years ago. So I guess it was worth it. I enjoyed
I'm
that.
thinking about getting LASIK.
Hey, it hurt. It did. I'm not going to lie. It hurt 2 weeks. It felt well, the first couple of days you end up sleeping through really and that's what I would do is keep your eyes closed as much as possible because it feels like sandpaper's on your eyeball. But after once that it's insane how quickly because you want to. I wore glasses for so many years. I wanted to read everything, and I had to wait, and so that was hard. But get through that time, do it. I'd absolutely suggest to do it. And I really, like I said, I paid for the lifetime warranty, so I just have to pick up the phone and do it. I know I need 2 weeks where I can't, I need to just chill. But now I can actually do that. Being on my own pre-COVID, I would have never been able to do that. Now, as a disabled individual, and I got yelled at the other day about this, so it's been a hot topic, but how much the world has changed. 3 years ago, me going through Division of Vocational Rehabilitation to get help to find a job that would pay me money that was worth me going back to work, that was within my capabilities. It was like they well, we're sorry, we don't really have a lot of work from home jobs that are legitimate that will support. Well, now today, they're like, oh yeah, we've got 150 different companies. Which one you want to go with? These ones are on the top, whatever. And Intuit is a top 11 work from home company in the world. And I get day one benefits, 401k with 100% matching from day one. It was insane. I couldn't pass it up. They've been paying for my training. They're the ones who paid for me to get my EA in the cannabis and CBD. So you can't complain. It's $1,000 test. So, and they paid for it. Didn't cost me a dime.
So what's going on tomorrow at the Ocean County Courthouse? Is there something happening there tomorrow?
I don't know. I won't be there. I have stuff to do with the kid. Well, we have to go.
Maybe Seth knows.
Yeah. That I think that would be a good question for him. We have to go and he's been home for a couple of days because he got all those shots. They gave him 4 shots at once.
Yeah.
And Monday night he came home and he said, "Mommy, I have a headache." And Tuesday woke up, headache, slight fever, nothing to be worried about, but he slept more than what I'm used to. He just wasn't being my kid. And yesterday he slept pretty much all day. And then this morning, like I said, I got a sitter because he's not feeling good. Not feeling good, So it's I don't normally go that far. We have donuts and we have water here too, guys. If you want anything else, please feel free
What's
to
up, my
grab.
man?
Yeah,
How you doing,
he
brother?
goes.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Grow it till you know it.
Right.
Know how to grow it.
I don't know how to
I can't wait to grow it. I can't wait. I know you do. I want to talk to you.
Oh, see, I have such a black thumb. I killed a cactus.
Oh.
Yeah, Justine and Eric, they gave me a whole bunch of little
Right.
you cut off some different plants that they
Yeah.
had. They gave to Austin and I. One of them's still alive. That one's still growing. But the cactus, I
Terrible.
don't know how I killed a cactus, but I did.
Well.
So I'm gonna that's why I'm glad that I have friends. who can
Yeah,
grow for
yeah.
me. Because, you know, there's some things that I just know that are not my skills. And that's like, you know,
Well, who are we going to call to get home grow? I wrote a letter to Sweeney. Actually, Jim Miller wrote 3 letters to Sweeney. Not Sweeney, Cody.
Cody. So
And
who are
no
we
response.
voting for on Tuesday? Are we going with Beach or who's the other dude? Because we're going Green Party for governor, right?
I might go Green Party this year. Yeah, I like Heather.
I was thinking about it. I like Heather. I like
Yeah.
some of the things she had to say. So I was kind of like, interested in there. So I'm thinking Green Party there. But then secondary, I'm like, it's Beach or what? Cordero? Or
I like the Libertarians. I always vote Libertarian.
But I don't think that there's an option for the secondary. I think it's Beach and the other one.
I forget who the Libertarian was.
But I don't like Beach at all. So I know I don't like him.
I can't vote for Chitterelli because he has no wheelchair access.
Oh no, I don't
in
like. I know
Bayonne
that's governor.
at his
Like,
office.
you know, we know that
Campaign-
that's not happening.
Campaign funded.
That one's
office.
not because that, you know, no. My concern is though with Murphy, he's so set on there's not going to be home grow while he's in administration, and that is something that, you know, is essential to the patients. He just cannot find a way for him to make money off of it. Like he's just not.
Well, Jay Lassiter got him in a good question. And,
I know that was awesome.
Really good
right?
question.
That was phenomenal, but I felt like he skated it.
Of course.
I don't feel like he answered it, which is his fashion, which is essentially another way of saying, as long as I'm here, it's not happening.
He agreed to talk about it. Well,
Come on, he's agreed to talk. Yeah,
what does
but
that mean?
you know, 100 days was how many times ago now? You know, we're what, 4 years in, so 100 days was 4 times ago.
It's legal.
And counting.
It's legal, but if
But
a
it's
cancer
not.
patient grows cannabis for his cancer, he gets a 5-year sentence.
Right.
So how is that legal?
Exactly.
That's not legal. I didn't vote for that.
As
I didn't vote for that crap.
an only parent, I can't grow it.
And how come Murphy didn't take Jeff Oakes under his wing? He had the chance to help Jeff Oakes.
Yes, he did.
And what did he do? He passed Jeff off to Judith. And then what happened? Nothing. We got a meeting.
Coming up on a year.
Yeah, we got a meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, a great meeting. And yeah, let's all get photo ops. Great meeting. Yay.
Yeah.
Let's get a meeting with the cancer patient. Here we go. Hey, got a cancer patient. Look, we're doing something. Look, we're
That's
doing
what
something.
they
What
did.
did they do? They didn't do nothing for
No,
Jeff.
mm-mm.
Nothing.
They took pictures
I was
with the
right
cancer
there.
patient. They took pictures with the cancer patient.
I
That's
was
what they
right
did.
there. I didn't do poop.
But you know what? I'm going to kind of back off on that one a little bit because I feel like there were a couple other people present there that had they not been present there, that would have gone differently.
Well,
I'm not,
Yeah.
you know, coming from Jeff.
Well,
So
yeah.
I will, because I don't want
Yeah, Jeff was interrupted. He
you
was
know.
actually trying to talk, and he was interrupted
That's what I had
multiple
heard.
times.
And that
And it
just
was just
was
a
not,
mess. It was a
you know,
mess.
it
But-
wasn't about that. It
No.
needed to be about Jeff and the patients, which is where it needed to stay. And I know I wasn't in the room where it happened. You were, but, you know, from what Jeff told me, that was very heartbreaking for him.
I wish I would have gone instead.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and
Well,
Jeff, that morning I was talking to Jeff and he asked me if I was going, and there was some reason why I couldn't make it up. I just couldn't make it, and it sucked because I wish
Chris couldn't make it because you're in a wheelchair,
if
and
we had, there was no access.
you got left. here.
I was waiting outside.
You were outside. You were actually outside. You got there, and you.
I was just
Uh-huh.
outside, nowhere to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Don't
we
get me
need to
mad
go-
because I'm mad about that day still.
Well, then you know what? Let's
I let it go. Let
see
it go.
what we got to do
Let it go.
to get another sit down with them.
Because it was just a mess. The
You
whole
didn't-
thing was it was a sham anyway. It didn't matter whether you were there or not, Chris. It wouldn't matter because it was a sham.
It really
was
was.
a- it was a
just,
sham.
It was just a whole lot.
It was a joke.
It was a whole lot
It
of
was
lip
a photo
service.
op. It was it was
Oh,
it was
yeah,
to
yeah.
it was to make us happy, to placate us, to say, oh yeah, shut these guys up.
Whatever they need
Whatever,
to.
yeah, let's shut them up.
Whatever they need to.
And they tried to shut us up, but it
Oh,
didn't work.
yeah, we're doing
It worked
for
for a
you.
little while.
We're doing for you. Yeah,
Didn't do
we
nothing.
got you. Mm-hmm. Yep.
In the meantime, Jeff couldn't get his medicine. He couldn't grow his own medicine. He had stress.
had all the issues while in the hospital trying to maintain.
Oh yeah, all the
But-
times they took his weed in the hospital. What about that? They didn't do shit about it.
No, but they wanted to call mental health specialists because of his choice to.
Oh well, he said
Remember that
he
when he
wants
said that?
he wanted to talk about assisted suicide.
Right, exactly.
like, I
and
could
they were
talk to
like,
you
"Oh,
about
well,
it."
we have to get mental health specialists involved," and
Yeah.
he was like, "What?"
Why? It's my right to
What?
kill myself
Like,
now.
I have
They
that
passed a
right.
law.
But they were gonna question whether or not he had the abilities at that point in time. Though I thought that
Right,
that's the
right.
way they were going with that,
Right.
and it was like, "Are you for real?"
They'll let him
Like-
kill himself, but they won't give him enough cannabis to
Yo,
cure
I
his
have to
cancer.
tell you something though. I had this conversation with Patty the other day about the vaccine because I was not going to get vaccinated. I was going to wait for a while, at least until the second round or the third round, see a little bit more about it. And that was if I had chosen to go with it at all. And the reason why I got it is because both Jefferson and Cooper, that are my primary healthcare facilities, said, if you're not vaxxed, you're not a patient here. And I went, I'm not changing doctors again. The last time I changed doctors and I went up north to your area, I got paralyzed. You can keep your doctors up there because I don't have any issues with cannabis down by me. Like I don't have any of those issues at the hospital. Last time I went to a doctor up, I'm not changing doctors again. When it came down to the get vaccinated or go, I got vaccinated because I'm not going again. I'm not making that. Last time I made that change, this happened.
Yeah,
I'm not-
I had it.
I'm not
I
doing
got
that.
vaccinated because I want to travel. I want
Yeah.
to go see my grandfather.
Oh, awesome.
In South America, and the only way for me to do that without being quarantined for like 14 days or so, like it's
Right.
it's by
Having the vaccination
by having
card.
the vaccination.
Yup.
And not only that, and if I do go see my grandfather's like 84, 83. So,
Yeah.
like he's also at risk and he's vaccinated. So, I have to do it because I want, I want
Yeah.
to see my grandfather.
I hear you. I get it. Like, and at the end of the day, that is what ended up making my decision for me. That I'm not in a position to change my medical professionals. So, I just, but
Yeah, but that's
yeah. So I got done, and now I got my booster already.
okay.
So I was on the top of the list to get the booster, but I had issues with the booster. Like, well, the second one made me feel pretty crappy for a couple days, but like I bounced back pretty good. With the booster, that booster made me so tired. I was like, no fever, but yet we know that Austin and I have both had COVID twice that we're positive of. But we didn't find out at the time, and we were both. The first time was before because our symptoms were the headache, sleep, and the nausea. The first time, and they weren't initially COVID symptoms, so that was the first time we had it. And then the second time that we had it, we had just not left the house for a while, but we had been in contact with somebody, and when we were tested, our tests came up negative. But then when we had follow-up tests, because we've both been tested like 8 or 9 times now, and we have 2 that have shown that antibodies have come up that we definitely had. The only way we had those specific antibodies is if we had COVID in our systems. But yet, I don't know when. So, but they also said that cannabis patients are at the lower rate of having serious effects. I don't know how true that is. I'm just, they're saying statistically. Like, I guess, I'm sure we can look that up and find out. easily. But I don't know for sure. It's kind of a little bit chilly out here.
Yeah, it's windy.
Yeah, right? Oh man, but it was beautiful driving up. Oh my god, the drive, all the colors changing. I grew up coming up here to Peddler's Village and New Hope and all that during this time of year, especially Apple Festival. I'll be there November 6th and 7th. I'll be there the 7th because the 6th I have a housewarming to go to. But I'm bringing Austin up to the Apple Festival. Oh my favorite time of year up here. All the like, it was a lot nicer when I drove a race car. A lot more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean,
What are you driving now?
Escape. But I got
Okay.
something in the works.
Something in the works? Okay.
Well, you know what?
Muscle car?
It's time. Well, no, like that.
Come on.
I'm a mom now. Like I'm okay. I don't need like I almost bought a Mustang, the new electric Mustang. But my issue with it is Mustangs were Mustangs because they looked different,
Mm-hmm.
and now the new electric Mustang, it looks exactly like every other. That type.
Yeah.
It looks like a Porsche. It looks like the the Audi.
Mm-hmm.
The Range, like it looks like all of the other newer. And I'm like, oh man, like that was disappointing. So, but I found something that I really like, and actually, it was
Hold
by
on.
accident one day.
Hold on.
Oh, it's Mom.
Hold on. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
Hello? How you doing?
Yeah, we're live on the podcast, Ma. How you doing?
You what?
We're live. We're live on the podcast.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, say hello to everybody.
Hello, how's your cat?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Oh yeah, how is Lulu?
Lulu's great.
How's your cat? How's your cat?
Lulu's great. Lulu's great.
How about the other one? The other two?
Yeah, they're awesome. They're taking CBD. Where are you? I can't even hear you.
In Naples.
What, you in a store?
I'm in my house.
Well, turn the TV down. I
It's
can't hear a
low.
thing. I can't. What?
I'm watching The Sopranos.
What? You can't watch. I can hear Tony yelling. I can hear him yelling about the gabagool. Where's the gabagool?
That's such a Jersey Mom. I'm watching The
Yeah,
Sopranos.
what is gabagool? Ask Denise. What's gabagool?
Gabagool?
Yeah.
What is gabagool?
I don't know.
What
I'm
the
not
heck?
Italian.
I don't
I'm
know.
Irish.
It's spelled capicola, right? It's spelled differently, right? It's spelled capicola.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm
Yeah,
Irish,
It's
so I
spelled
can't help you.
capicola. Capicola.
Oh,
Go ahead, Jim. You can take the seat here. There you go.
Mm.
There's your seat, the captain's chair. How you doing, man? Jim Miller. Look at you, Pirate Jim. Wow, you got a mask and you put the mask over your eye now.
I could.
So we spent 5 days watching the Sopranos.
I'm all right.
Well, Jim Miller's here.
Have you watched The Sopranos?
Of course, all the time.
No.
All the time.
Five days of it we watched.
Oh man.
So,
Oh, all right, Ma, I gotta go. I gotta straighten Jim out here with the microphone here.
all right. Okay.
I'll catch you later.
Okay.
Goodbye.
bye,
I'll talk to you
Mom.
later.
I should have hung up on her the normal way. Damn. Hey Ma, what do you watch? What episode you on? I had my chance. I blew it. I blew
It's all
it.
right. You're being nice to her today. It's okay. You're being a good son. How's it going, Jim? How are you?
I'm doing all right. I got that lens sewed back in my eye yesterday.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
right.
Ouch.
I was saying, like, I figured they need a euphemism for sew, like placed, secured, fastened,
Oh.
ooh.
made, whatever.
Ow.
Now I got to sew it back.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. Better than I thought it would be, though.
What'd you say? It felt like
Yeah.
a pot stem under your eye.
Yeah, if you know how if you get like something under your eye a little bit, but
Yeah, if you wear
if it was
contacts,
like
you
stem
feel
of a
it.
leaf, a little piece of it
Yeah,
just
yeah.
felt like for a while that was that, and you can't touch it. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow, wow, wow,
I had
wow, wow! I can
LASIK,
see
so-
all is good. You know, I sound like
Yeah.
a whiny bastard here.
Mm.
Well, I am, but you know, I'm
Hey,
being one. That
at
doesn't
least
mean I
we
am
know,
one. Just like when
right?
you told Cody, "Don't be a pussy."
Don't be a pussy.
I mean, Christy, you didn't
Right.
say
I didn't
you're a
say-
pussy.
no, I
You
said,
said don't be one.
Don't be
Right,
one.
exactly. And there's a
advice.
big,
Good advice.
like, and that's what I've been teaching Austin. I'm like, dude, the way that you say things, it's totally, if you say it and you put a pause here where a pause should be here, you totally change the whole meaning of everything that you're trying to say.
Oh, the nuances,
Big.
like
yeah.
who is it? Dimitri Martin. He's from Tom's River,
hmm
comedian. He'd say there's a small but discernible difference between peeing in a pool and peeing into a pool.
Right. And
And I thought, okay, that's pretty small, but right away it's two different things, you know?
another one, he said it's on the teacher's classroom wall. It's let's have grandmom for dinner, and let's have grandmom for dinner.
Yeah.
Because one is we're eating grandmom for dinner, she's the meal, and one is we're having her over to have dinner with us, and it's all about the comma. It's all about comma placement. And I'm like,
And as well
wow.
as same words don't apply to different situations.
Oh,
like,
big time.
Like for instance,
big time.
How'd your paint job come out? It came out pretty good.
Right.
Okay, how'd the operation go, Doc? It came out pretty good.
Right.
That's not good enough.
No.
No. Oh, I want
I don't
better
want to
than
hear
pretty good. Then.
Right. Yeah, I want to hear.
I want it perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to tell you what a mooch I am here. I'm looking around. I finally, after 4 months, brought my thing here, and you don't have your stuff out.
They've got stuff. Don't worry. No, Dab. He brought his dab tool.
Yeah, he always
and he never
there.
gets to dab because he doesn't.
Look, I was at
the
the dab contest without this, and during the coronavirus,
you have my dab tool.
So anyway,
I've been missing that for a while.
I'm obviously I wear a mask, and that doesn't go along with sharing.
With dabbing. So yeah.
Does that crumble?
Hello. Is this for Jim?
Does it work with this?
What is that?
It's for dabbing.
Oh, you just put it in there?
Yeah.
New Jersey MedMan just gave us something. What is this? Oh my goodness, I had this. This is what I. Oh, dude, you want this?
Jim, do this
Jim,
one. Jim, this
live
one
rosin.
No.
From MedMan.
Chris has got something set up.
Oh, okay. I trust Chris.
Thank you.
From Maine.
This is from Maine.
Chris,
Is it now? Is this from Maine? Is this legal in Maine? Yeah, it's legal here then.
This is live rosin, I believe, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I got-
Hash rosin.
Yeah, I got some live hash rosin too.
Ooh, I think I had some nice hash at the function on Saturday night, and that was pretty tasty, I have to say.
Okay, hash rosin
Like, it's been a while since I've had some
into
hash.
the chamber.
Oh, do you want me to hold the?
I'm a mess over here. I'm talking into this. Look at me. I'm talking into the bong. I'm literally talking into the bong.
Did you want
What
me to
am I
hold the
doing?
mic for
Talking
you,
into the
Lefty?
bong.
Here,
I've lost my mind.
I'll hold the mic for you so you can handle the bong. How's that?
I need a Q-tip.
Q-tip. I can't help you.
I
with
need a
that.
Q-tip.
Sorry.
I'm a mess.
I don't have rigs. I have to go visit Pure Puff Lifestyle Shop and get me a nice. I actually need a Mighty. I've heard a lot about the Mighty. So I want to pick me up a Mighty, and I need to get me a rig like this. And I know he's the one to go to. So I'm going to go and visit. Because since he doesn't make it up here anymore, I got to go visit him at the shop.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys having an off mic conversation on mic?
Of course.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
It's okay.
Just showing him some hashish.
I've been just talking to myself all
Just
day.
talking shop. We're just
Well, you
talking
know,
shop, man.
Business.
Sorry, that mic. Everything's a
Like,
mess,
you
Jim.
know,
Today.
it is-
Yeah, that's good. I fit right in there.
We're here. Hey,
Everything's a
but we're here.
mess.
We're here.
We are here.
We're here.
Now, Chris, what was that from Maine that I just
Or
sampled?
not.
What is that? What is that called? I want to know when somebody says, "Wow, what was it?" I feel like a dope saying, "I don't know."
Knockout grapes.
Really?
Oh,
I like the name. I like the name.
interesting.
Is it
Interesting.
knockout great? Sounds like a challenge to me.
Right? That does sound pretty. Is that what we were smoking
Kathy
earlier?
Downs, welcome.
It's the concentrate. I think so. Yeah, I think that's what it was in there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. It was very good. Hello, hello.
Oh man.
It's turned into such a beautiful day. I think we were worried that it was going to be cold. Oh, I'm good. Thank you so much.
So what was the big topic of the day that I missed? Somebody help me out.
The hearings that are coming up in relation to the indifference imbalance and the injustices against the POC in relation to cannabis.
Okay, I think I got 3/4 of that. It's a lot for me though. That'll get me to the end
I
line.
try to get myself I learned this when I was selling time shows that the human brain only processes every third word,
What? I'm only kidding. That's a joke. See?
right? But if you think about it, you can, if you speak every third word, that's what you end up picking up. It
Yeah.
really is. So
Right.
I was pretty amazed by that how
Well, maybe
you
that's
know.
why Steve Sweeney's office can send a letter back to Ann Cowley, registered nurse. He could send a letter back that once somebody saw the word marijuana, had read enough to be able to pick up a letter that would suffice already written and send that out.
Well, because they're just they get to that marijuana and
Right.
this
See, but the thing is, this is
Push
where
button
people
C.
stop. So you find that to be a defeat or a victory or somewhere in between. Well, how can it be a victory?
Well, it's definitely not a victory.
Oh, it's part of a victory. It is though.
Well, you took
How
their time,
if that?
and it's on record.
Yeah, but it's on record where nobody sees it. There's in other words, we have all the pieces of a puzzle for a really good fight.
I wanted to talk to you about this because it's something I've been dealing with the disabled community too. And I was talking to one of the congressmen,
nice.
and he said, "Well, Trace, at the end of the day, we know that these things are messed up, but when we get 100 calls a month about this subject and only 50 calls a month about that subject, we have to take our time to focus on the 100 calls as opposed to the 50." And I'm like, well, okay. He's like, that doesn't mean that the 50 doesn't get
Let me a quick
acknowledged.
Are you then in which district are you in? Sweeney's? No, I'm trying to remember. No, who was
We
Cody?
totally just went out.
You're not.
Lefty.
You're in Cody's district, are you?
Up there we are.
Yeah, I think
Is that correct?
Savvy James. Same.
I don't know.
Savvy James from?
Oh,
Bucco.
okay. Right. I was going to say that's too easy because we need to find somebody in also a constituent of Dick Cody to work off of what Lefty's gotten so far with him. But see, the knockout
Where
punch
is
is there for
Cody
somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That will be a first
I'm
request
such a
from
slacker.
somebody.
Where is Cody at? What district is he?
Cody,
Yeah.
Lefty.
He's in Livingston, so it's up by
Oh,
me.
yeah, no.
27, 20,
Yeah.
whatever, 26.
But what happens
No,
is he stops
I'm in
Lefty. What
Norcross
happens when a
country.
constituent who's never contacted him contacts and said, I met this
Oh,
guy,
hey, by the
Lefty
way.
Grimes, and I agree with your resolution, and he is that wonderful person you say, but I'm perplexed. You say that you wish him well in all future endeavors, and yet I've got a copy of an email from him, a third one to you that you haven't answered, saying, him saying,
Hey,
my
what's up?
endeavor right now is to have you talk with these people.
Yeah.
That's what I endeavor. So you're wishing me well. I would trade that resolution for that conversation.
Yeah, I think
Or
I am.
something like that.
Right.
I kind of am.
And
Right
it's
now,
not-
now he's going as far as he can in this fight. Right now,
Right.
somebody else walking down the sidewalk cold cocks him, man.
yeah, that's true.
So Sweeney's next. I need a letter to Sweeney. Let's do Sweeney now.
Sweeney's
Okay,
in
now
my
here's the
hood.
beauty of what I've tried to been
Sweeney's in
doing.
my hood. I can help you with Sweeney.
Hey, let's do this.
Sweeney's in my hood. He is like
That's
your
totally.
guy.
That
That's
he's
your
my
guy.
neck of the
Do
hood.
what?
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what? What? You're going? Yeah.
I want a letter. I want a
A
letter.
letter.
A letter.
Yes.
Do the
If-
same
if-
kind of
Yeah.
letter,
Okay. If
for
you
Lefty.
send exactly what I write
and I'll be
and
the
send it
constituent.
as your own.
Yeah,
That's it.
100%. That's
I'm
what.
on. Here we go.
Let's
Like,
do this.
yeah, so that way we can see
Well,
because
see,
that's my
Pincer,
hood.
pincer
Yeah.
movement.
You also get to start out backing up a registered nurse. You know, her
Yeah,
name's Ann. You'll say
Absolutely.
that,
yeah.
and you're curious as to why. So your singular question will be, do you know?
You write it off.
It wasn't
send it.
even a good blow-off letter. It didn't even acknowledge her main request, which was a conversation about getting information, things nobody can be against, right?
right. Like, how are you?
But that's the beginning. You see, okay, it's like rugby. I don't exactly know how it's played, but I know one guy goes as far as he can, and just before he gets hit, he throws the ball to somebody else, and that person advances
Right.
it.
Yeah, like
And
a
then,
pitch.
right,
Right,
he doesn't
yeah,
run
right.
up the middle, get hit, and start crying and go home.
right,
He
right?
runs and he hands it off.
Sometimes they do.
So Lefty's gone halfway down the field, right? Yeah, right. But you got
Right.
us
I
more than
would.
halfway there.
I would.
You know, you're like going to give this off at the end zone. you know?
Right.
And then Lefty does his haka.
But
I want
anyway,
the haka. Yeah.
I got to say, publicly as I can, I really appreciate Lefty, the one who really knows probably as much as me about how legislators work and what moves them and don't.
They
And
don't.
he
Get
didn't
it?
hesitate to say, Jim, I'll do this. You know, it wasn't like,
Absolutely.
no, I can do it myself. What, you think I can't write a letter? No,
Yeah.
but it's the
Please.
coordination.
Yeah. It's all,
the coordination.
it's all about the
Yeah.
coordination.
Yeah.
I
So,
appreciate
this
the
is group
guidance
effort.
because I need to know
Yeah.
where I need to
Yeah.
take my next
Now,
step to continue
right.
to pass on.
So, but
You know, like-
the thing is,
I need to learn from the best.
well,
Yeah.
I would hope I'm able to at least get people to advance and move the needle a little
Well,
more.
Jim Rob Andrews is from my neck of the hood, so you were a major impact in my world growing
Yeah,
up.
as a major impact it is.
Yes,
Oh, in a
but-
good way.
In a good
but
way.
in
He
the
flipped.
best way,
Yeah.
because there were so many
amazing.
times that because
Amazing.
of the interaction with
Yeah.
you and the highlight that you brought to the disabled, that when I needed things going through school,
Yeah.
they didn't fight. My mom made a phone call and she's disabled. Yeah, no, okay, you got it, and it was done because
This
Andrews
is
was
why they
in.
got
He
this
was
on me.
he was our neck of the hood. He was right there, so he was the phone call,
Yeah.
and everybody
Yeah.
knew what was
Well,
going on.
you know, not for nothing, but I mean, he pulled a real dick move, getting
Well.
his daughter wherever, and and it
Real
got
Richard.
back. But out of all the things that people do,
Right,
um,
absolutely. Yep.
if you throw that out, never mind certain world policies I don't
Yep.
understand. What he did was Cheryl and I went to all 13 congressmen's offices in Washington.
You were in DC, right?
In Washington. And we went, and with Cheryl and 3 buildings to cover,
Mm-hmm.
it took a couple of days. We got nothing from 12. Nothing. Said, come by the office. And in New Jersey, and when I did, it's where I met Bill Caruso.
Mhm.
He said what made sense.
Well, 'cause Bill's
He
from
let me talk
Haddonfield.
for a minute, and I got my hand up like in some position like this, and he said, "Let me stop you right there," and that's never good,
No.
And then he said, I read everything you sent me, and I've done a little bit of research on my own. I hear what you're saying. I'm going to sign Barney Frank's bill. It'll be posted on Monday. And then I'm going to
Nice.
give you a letter saying as much that you should show to other New Jersey congressmen and get them to come my way. So he
Right.
used me, which is exactly what I'm trying to do now,
Right.
to get other senators to talk to a colleague from their side of the aisle. And I this is all about 3420. This has nothing to do with adult home grow. It
Right.
has to
Right.
do with sick people that can't stand up for themselves.
Absolutely.
And we're cutting.
This is
we're-
something
I'm-
big we've been discussing recently
Now,
with
the
things that
reg-
I've found out.
Regressive bill, in other words, there's things that still can be done, but here's the logic. Do we not know by now from those who have been interacting with legislators They are not going to legalize home grow for adults this session where they can start growing. It's not going to happen. It's not just handwriting on the wall. They're saying as much.
Right.
This is when everybody was supposed to steer them towards the patient bill, because they can't say no to that as easy. Guess what? It's not happening. There's not a lot of steering towards 3420 by organizations,
Okay.
including
Us.
my own. It's just not happening.
Okay.
So all it takes is a couple of embarrassing moments for somebody like Cody and Sweeney, and then ask the other senators, you want some of this too? Or you want to just like, it's a bipartisan bill. It's the only bipartisan medical cannabis bill. Now, the sponsors are both Democrat, but there's three co-sponsors that are all Republicans.
Right.
So that right now there's more Republicans than Democrats taking part in that bill. Now,
that's crazy.
How are you going to get a Democrat to talk to a Republican about something he doesn't want to? Hey, maybe Dick Cody could talk to a Republican that likes it. You think that's going to work? Hell no. Well, it might. He's kind of like opposite man in every way, you know.
Right.
So
I'm all about it, though.
If I seem a little stressed, I'm stressed. I'm disappointed. It's all about that. We could have been further along. We're not. I said this is what was going to happen, and it is. And
you didn't.
This is the one damn thing Facebook's good for. I can go back and call all the things that I said and put them up in a line. And next time, how do I say it?
Maybe
I've got some experience. I've got some insight. The first thing I do after I do anything is a post-mortem. What went well? What went wrong? What would I have rather had happen? What was everybody's name? The guy with the beard,
right.
All that.
You took notes.
Because that's not the last moment. Why do we all write letters to legislators like it's the last time we're going to ever get to say anything to them? Why do we put 10 or 12 points into a 5-page letter? It's like,
we lost them. You lose them after what? The first?
Well, they hide in the weeds. You know, they deal with one thing and not the others. That's why when I ask one thing, right?
They dodge.
Talk to these people. Talk to this person. That's all. There's nowhere to hide.
Yeah,
then they are ignoring.
Gotcha.
And Lefty's got all the ammunition he needs plus a resolution. Well, okay, wait. Now you've got another resolution. Did I see a congressional thing? Tell me about that. Tell me about that.
I don't know. They set me up, man. I don't know.
No.
Listen, when Ed Fortune got his resolution from Reed Guscura,
you said, I want one too.
He knew he was getting the resolution. He knew all about it. They were friendly. They were talking.
They blindsided you.
How the hell did I get this stuff when these two guys hate me? Cody hates me.
Well, we know how.
I'm telling you.
We know
What the hell happened?
Where's
the disconnect here?
I know.
What's the answer?
It's the same way. It's the same way you get it. Same way you get a form letter. You had it right. It's Cody's person who decided this would happen. Remember Bridgegate?
He probably doesn't even know.
Okay, what do you know about Bridgegate? Christie and the Cones.
I don't know. I'm from South Jersey.
Yeah, well, people in California know about that. That ain't an excuse.
Yeah, that's a bad excuse.
That's a worldwide knowledge.
I can tell you about
people. Here's my point. Let me tell you my point, though. This is going to lose continuity otherwise. He didn't do that. Somebody did that. The little girl. I say little because she's short.
Right.
You know? I forget her name. Bridget, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Bill Baroni.
Yeah.
He wasn't in on it, but he took the fall otherwise. But what happened is they thought, okay, the mayor of Fort Lee's not going to back Cody.
Right.
You know, for being governor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're going to take 3 of the lanes that go right through Fort Lee. Right, 3 lanes, toll lanes. We're going to block off and leave 1 lane
open.
The backup was so bad they couldn't get to emergency
I
calls
remember.
because of the cones. And we set up cones for a couple of years here. All that. But my point is who got credit for that? Bridget? I can't even remember. He did. He's the one that's known for it. So that's what we're trying to do now with Cody. Is it doesn't matter if an underling did it. He did it. That's where the buck stops.
Who signed this thing for Lefty Grimes?
Yeah, you know what?
You're fired. Get out of here.
He probably doesn't even know you have it.
You know why? Because he didn't react. Lefty Grimes did not react. He gave me a text, and I called him right back, and we're going to get on it. But he didn't just go off and fight back.
Right.
You got to do it right. And we don't know exactly what right is. So we're going to be talking about this. It will involve something public, but public means it has to have a little life afterwards. It has to
Right. It
get
has to
some
have an
legs and go a
impact,
little
yeah.
further.
Right.
Like you call in, markers and stuff. I mean, even Hank Flynn on from Fox,
He's good.
we know him. He's been to your
Yeah,
podcast. It's sort of like, hey, here's what we're going to do. It's the kind of thing go on. It's topical. Not that he would, but then, Sue Livio, it's like pass this on to, I forget whoever it is. And we just have to let them know. And I think even they're going to find the short version interesting because they'll be able to go to a link. I'll have it on Patients Out of Patients. I do have a Facebook page,
Awesome.
It's not
about
open.
time.
Yeah, it's not open yet.
Well, then you don't have
Okay.
It's just a page.
When it's,
It's Patients Out of Patients. PATINT. Out of
I thought it was
patients.
poop.
Okay, Patients Out of Patients.
Poop.
What's the acronym?
Poop. That's great. I love that.
POP,
That's
right.
the greatest thing ever.
I can't help that.
I love that.
Well,
or pop.
I want to help you promote that.
well, I was thinking pop, but
Or
it actually does have it has two O's.
Oh yeah.
It goes
out
further than
of
that.
How do they treat us?
patient.
Like poop.
No. It's okay. The picture I use of it is me in the back of a meeting somewhere. Yeah, in this building, and I have a sign up behind Cindy and Bob saying, "When will patients come and
Great picture.
stop? When will they stop coming in second?"
Great picture.
Right.
They are always
I remember
number
that
2.
picture.
They've come in second so long that legislators just consider them number 2. They
number
consider
2.
them to be number 2
Number
because they
2.
are. They're being
We
treated
are.
like it. We're
We are.
second. You know when we're not second? When there's 3 people in the race.
That's yeah.
We got third place sewed up.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's not my acronym. It's what it is.
So anyway, the other award was a congressional award from Josh Gottheimer. Am I saying it right? Gottheimer.
Yeah,
That's
that's good enough for me.
How does he feel about cannabis? We should call him.
I don't know anything about him.
I
I've
mean,
never
neither.
heard of him.
Me
Who
neither.
did- whose
I've
place did he
never
take?
ever heard of him.
Congressman from New Jersey, he had to take somebody's place.
I don't know.
See, I stopped dealing with federal stuff years ago. I started out federally in the early 90s and through the 90s and got to know.
He's the
everybody.
guy that they protested a couple weeks ago. They protested his driveway. He had to call the cops because they were in his driveway protesting.
Really?
I
Yeah.
saw that.
About what?
It was left wing stuff they were protesting. They wanted global something.
See that now? Okay, now
Warming, global warming.
this tells me something. What you said just there makes me go, oh, like
It didn't make
in, no,
sense.
in his favor though.
Yeah.
It's sort of like this is not the way to. It won't get it done. Now,
No.
and the
In his
general
driveway.
person looking at that is going to think, "Oh man, that's not cool." Now,
Yeah.
I picketed Frank Ballone's house,
Yeah.
but I was by
But-
myself,
right.
and I
And
was
you
silent.
stayed in
I was silent, and I walked back, and when I
and you stayed
walked
in
to the
public.
sidewalk,
Yeah.
when I turned around, I was pushing Cheryl's wheelchair back and forth.
He
So
kept
I
it moving.
I turned away from the house. And
Right.
walked. It was like a long figure 8. Then I turned away back.
Yep.
Uh,
So that way you stayed
so
on the public
yeah.
zone, so that
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
you
And I never
weren't
u-
encroaching the
Yeah.
actual property.
I never
So-
used the M word, marijuana. The
Right.
protest was, here lives Congressman Pallone. He lied while my wife died. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's as unfair as it could be, but it was true.
Right.
You know.
Well,
And then I had pictures on it of her talking to. So I'm just saying we need that was out of the box. Whatever we do isn't going to be rah, 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 rah. It can't be like that because we're so right. We have to be like, what's up?
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
real?
What happened? What happened here?
yeah.
Did you and there's going to be a good week. I bet we come up with something really good and it won't take long. you know?
Yeah.
Jim,
But,
you give me direction
Yeah.
and I'll follow it.
We have Sweeney's constituent
yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
I got one more thing.
Yeah.
I forgot
'cause
about
I'm
this.
in his hood.
Did you
so-
ever did you see my Halloween costume? Handing out.
You're not wearing it?
Oh, I'm gonna. other people might not know where I'm going with this. Okay,
Uh-oh.
well, you got a pandemic, right?
Yeah.
And Kathy and me are giving away candy, and it's in a community where there's going to be kids. It's a good place to trick or treat.
Cannabis
and all.
candy you're giving
Yeah.
away? You're the one?
No, I have a hand grabber. You grab something off the
Yeah,
floor.
yep.
So I'd stand on one side of the table and I'd pick it up and I'd reach out and put it in their bag so we could social distance.
there you
Wow.
go.
So I
That's a
was
good
the social
idea.
distancing Grim Reaper because I had the Grim Reaper
That's
robe on down to here.
nice.
Black mask
yeah.
on.
What?
All you could see was this and a fake little plastic
yeah.
sickle.
that's cool.
Yeah, because
That's
now here's what I'm
awesome.
suggesting. Senator Cody, thanks for the business.
Oh.
Keep it up. Medical marijuana, my best patient.
A PSA.
Yeah.
No, I mean, basically the Grim Reaper thanking him because people died
Yeah.
because of his decisions.
Yeah.
Right.
And who would like that? Well, the Grim Reaper
The
would.
Grim Reaper
Right,
loves that.
that's true.
So basically he's saying no home grow for patients.
Right.
A Grim Reaper
Like-
saying no home. You see the look?
Yeah.
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 I didn't use that
he's
yet.
like,
I'll
we
let
don't
you.
have home.
Okay, that was
grown
gonna be
and we're
whole
dying.
samples.
Mark that time
Yeah.
down. Mark that time.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what that'll get attended. Then you take pictures and you send them out to stringers and people, other,
That's
people
good.
looking to make a story,
Yeah.
combined with all the background, which will be on patients advocacy. Look, that's Facebook. Okay, here's what we need. You got a website. Well, then it has to. Was it stevecross.com?
Yeah. Oh no. .org now.
.org.
.org.
Right.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
.org.
So basically, we have to get something put up with purpose on sativagirls.com before that.
See,
Okay.
Hear that?
Okay.
Hear that? Mark that time down too. That's good.
Sounds good, doesn't it? Feels good. Kathy,
That's
thumbs
smart.
up, thumbs down. What?
Two
Kathy
thumbs
is
up.
she? By the way, we should run everything by her. She is not a yes man, yes woman by any stretch of the.
Oh, we
She's
were,
really.
That's awesome.
Kathy,
but
we
it's
were
just
talking about the
when she
toilet
says
paper.
that song sounded good, I know I don't play like shit all the time. And when she says good, she hears them all. She hears the bad ones that never make it. I don't know how she does it.
Okay. Okay.
So
Where were we?
do you travel that far, Chris? You wanna have some fun? You got a district that's being good to us.
Bucco.
You're worthless
Yeah.
for action.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess like at the end of the day, is just words to me right now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's been.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what? It's the
Yeah.
fact that you're in a safe district and you're already taking part there. It kind of gives you some time. I got to
it
get
does,
down on.
but it's still, deep inside, it's still like it's bothersome. It still bothers me. Like
Yeah.
even though,
It sure
my
will.
district is fine, but like the ones that aren't are the ones that matter now. Like I did my part in my district, and
Right.
so did my fellows that I've been working with. Like Christian, Lefty, and like everybody, but like
Busting my
No,
tail.
you're
going through
definitely,
council
it's not.
hearings
It's
to get
like
opting in.
it's still like it's like I put in all this for my district. Yes, I succeeded in it, but now I want to branch out. But like it's even harder.
Which way
like
do you
it's,
go?
Where's
the next step?
like right, and like
Yeah.
what you're doing is actually the best way in my eyes, in my opinion, because you're actually going with the constituents of the certain district, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah, they're not carpetbaggers. They live there.
Yeah, because he's got to
And-
answer me.
and
What is he
they
going to
got
just blow
skin
me
in
off?
they got skin in the game.
Yeah.
They're sick.
Yeah.
Now,
I want a couple
Anne is a
answers from the
registered
state
nurse
right
who is
now.
not a patient, but that counts almost more because
Right.
the last letter she wrote,
Absolutely.
meaning me, was no, I'm not a patient. I'm a nurse, but my concern is for the health
patients.
of people. Blah blah blah, and I should think that should be yours too. You
That's
know.
big too.
And
That's
that
big.
is the way that
Huge.
affects things. When I know one of the hearings down in Rowan that I spoke at, the Assemblyman Assemblyman Hoatling, he asked to take a picture with me afterwards, and I said, well, of course, but why? And he said, because you didn't talk about you. You came up and you said your name and your age, and then you went into why you were here to get things changed for other people that would then end up affecting it and helping you. You didn't come at us with like, oh, by the way, I'm disabled. Well, to me, like that's the worst thing
Yeah.
to do, because they can see that I'm disabled. I walked up there, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and like shove it in their face. So
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, let me repeat the obvious. I only have 3 minutes to impact you, but I'm going to take half of that time by repeating something that you can see
Yeah.
because you've got eyes.
But
So-
when it comes to writing letters, emails, if you've ever written a letter to the editor, you'll be able to find out. They'll even tell you 175 words, 225, somewhere in between. That's generally where it is. They do that for a reason. They want the reader to have the attention span to read through the amount they will. they know what that is. They know you can fit more in one thing at a time. It has to be direct. It's hard to do it. But your letters are awesome. I know, right?
Sure are.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's me using your hand to pat myself on my back. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You making the call?
No, I'm just checking quality control.
Oh, okay. That's kind of hoping.
We're making some chicken salad. Sorry for that, but yeah, definitely. I have found 100% that
Yeah.
you're much more effective and not.
Do you have correspondence from Sweeney? Yeah,
not recently.
It doesn't matter.
Nothing for.
If you have any.
I do from when we did the thing down there on the lawn,
Couple
and
years
it
ago,
was
yeah.
me and Joanne Zito
Yeah.
and Trace Carazino who got to go inside.
Yeah.
And so I do have.
That's all.
We gave
that's,
our email addresses.
You may wonder why is that valuable. It establishes a time frame, and in between there and now, other
Where
things
we
have happened
been?
too.
Yeah.
But it's just that it's been this long, and the problem's gotten worse in the last 3 years.
Yep, sure has.
And you thought he'd have it under control by now, and now it turns out. And then I'll give basically. I see. I don't have to give you the information. When you just you ghost it, you copy paste it, and that's what makes it easy. And then you tell everybody, Jim's not kidding.
Right.
It took me 2.5 minutes. That's my end.
My time. That was it. Like, come on, because I saw something the other day about a lot of people were saying, oh, that the advocates and the activists, they're not doing as much as they could be. And I said, hey, we're in Trenton.
Well, what's everybody
You're
doing
welcome.
what's everybody doing for election day, by the way?
Well, that was going to be my question. It's like, what is happening for election day? I'm voting first thing.
I'm voting in Bayonne for the first time ever.
I'm voting, and
well, I'm not saying it's something we should do, but one of the best times I ever had on election day was with Mike Kessler and Kathy outside of the Ocean County Republican headquarters on election day, bitching at their congressional candidate. I forget Mayor Medford. I forget his name. It almost comes up to me. And we went. And what happens is everybody who's anybody in the Republican Party in that county,
that's where they go.
What county Bayonne's in, they're going to go there, and
to that office.
They're going to start going there around 4:00,
and they're
because
they're
going to have some, they're going to do that.
Yeah, I've been to them.
All right, well,
Camden County.
Okay.
Yeah.
My point is,
about
wouldn't that be a good place to have the perfect sign or two about Dick Cody? Wherever we are now, and even sativacross.org. So basically, I'm not kidding.
Right.
If I'm a Republican legislator or an operative or just somebody who's helping them, and no, it's not Republican. I'm calling him a Republican. We're going Democratic one. Sorry about that. Oh, we're equal opportunity. Has nothing to do. Doesn't matter which party you're from. That was a slip. That wasn't profiling. It's just I live in New Jersey, and that's how it is.
Right. Yeah.
We're like two camps, and Cody, he's a Dino.
Yeah.
Democrat name only.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a real thing even. So we'll go Democratic, which is even funnier because Democrats are our friends. Now, if I was a Democrat and I was thinking, what's this about? Sativacross.org.
Right.
We want that ready by them, whatever is going to be up, so we can out him at the Democratic National Headquarters.
Right. Yeah.
What county is that? What county is Bayonne in?
Hudson County.
Hudson County. Boy, I got to tell you, that's the one that has a bad reputation in like Sopranos and stuff,
Right. Speaking of Sopranos,
yeah, it's a Hudson County people. Our friends in Hudson County. We got people. Oh, we got people.
It's pretty rough
everywhere.
But what do you think? I like it.
I like it.
I'll take care of the signs. I'll get myself there.
I'll bring my wheelchair.
I'm excited, really.
Give me the info and I'll see what I can do.
Can
to
I
make
do that,
it.
Kathy? Can I do that?
He needs a ride.
I don't know. She's my schedule.
He needs a
I know
ride
where I'm supposed to be
election
because
day.
of her. She's my better 2/3 for a reason.
Well,
so gotta keep her involved.
She
too,
keeps you in line.
Anyway, that we don't really, I mean, yeah, I'm going to vote, but I'm going to mail it in if I can. I didn't get my mail in yet. I'll get one.
Yeah, my
No.
mail-in didn't come yet, but like I got a whole bunch of things, like making sure that I was registered and all this kind of
So-
crap. But my mail-in didn't come, and like I filled the paperwork specifically for the mail-in. Now here's my question, because everything I'm reading says that if they sent you a mail-in ballot, you're not allowed to vote in person. Well, I haven't gotten my mail-in ballot yet, so what do? Am I not allowed to vote at all?
You're allowed to vote. Who said that?
Kathy got her mail in.
I don't know, because I didn't
No,
get my
when you
mail
show-
in, and
no.
it says if you get the mail in, if you registered for a mail in, you're not allowed to vote in person. Right, and so that's my concern. Since I haven't gotten my mail in yet, are they going to give me an issue if I don't have it by Tuesday? When obviously, if I don't have it by Tuesday,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
going to go to my
You gotta
local
call
voting.
somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
gotta
going to
call
go to
somebody.
the voting.
Look it up.
And if they give me an issue, well, I tried to. Let me tell you, I've been trying to look up a lot of stuff on the state
It's not
site
that easy.
lately, and no, because I want to know why every other program in the state of New Jersey and federal government is retroactive, except for the one that is for the disabled that pays for your rent. Like I got approved. My date of approval, my start date was November 1st of 2020. They didn't pay my rent until October 1st of 2021. That was the first time they paid my rent. And I said, okay, so where's my retroactive benefit? They said, no, we don't do that. I said, oh, you don't? I said, okay, can you point me to the direction of where it says that? Because I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of that before with any program, federal, state. Like I've never heard of any program not going retroactive. And they said, oh, it's on the website somewhere, but they won't tell me like here, there. Like they're not giving me any like statutes, like nothing. So I've been doing my research and I can't find it. I cannot find anywhere that says that they shouldn't be retroactive, but I can't find anywhere that says that they should be retroactive either.
That can easily be buried, probably. But let me ask you, amongst things that I can't find, what's the death rate for medical cannabis patients? They have reasons that you do not have a card anymore. One is you gave it up, one is it was taken away, and another is that you died.
You died, yeah.
So they have statistics. They're at least 2 years lagging, and now I swear I can't find that.
Anywhere.
So I'm gonna turn it over tomorrow to the Department of Health, the program, and so that's their job. I need to know this. Where would I find it? Tell me what page, and I'll call you.
I went to DDS.
Is it not important? I'm saying though.
DDS is the ones who would be in charge of it, Disability Services, and they said, "Well, DDS, they're just an informational hotline. They don't actually do anything. They don't have offices anywhere for you to speak to anybody like there. They're."
Yeah.
An informational hotline. So now where do I go to, because I want to know, point me in the direction of where it says this program is not retroactive or why it's not retroactive.
This is
I don't get it.
This is the worst part about doing a cannabis thing. I'm still working on your stuff there, and all of a sudden my mind drifted. I don't mean to be rude or anything. If you saw me like stopping for a second, I don't know how long.
This ain't your Woodstock weed.
Yeah, no.
I'm like hearing music in the background, and then I'm like,
Maine
oh,
is
wait
amazing.
a minute, that's my.
Well, you know that
'cause,
I'll tell
only
you though.
rings on the emergency override.
This whatever they do to do the eye operation I had, they don't put. It's not general. You don't knock you out. And as much as I don't like anybody messing with my eyes and the whole surgical situation going on, it's an IV, and they let you kind of tell them how much. So it's just like I used to do with the dentist. I'd act nervous even when I wasn't, and all of a sudden there's like another bump, and you could hear them talking, and if they said my name, it would get my attention. Oh, man, I don't know what's going on for I don't know how long. That's an amazing, I shouldn't say it. Next thing you know, people will be abusing it. But
Tanks at the State House.
what was easy though? I was able,
Big tank here.
able to get up and walk out, but I feel like now I just just drifting away. But see,
What are you smoking with there? Is that a seahorse?
I have
What is that called?
It just comes from open-minded, and Silverton
cool.
on Tom's River. That's open-minded on Silverton. It's a wonderful place. Just mention my name. My name's Rick.
Say my name.
No, I mean my brother Rick actually does business with them, so you know. Yeah, this was I like the way it's self-contained and the way you don't even have to take this off to use it if it's got something in it, and it works real damn good. It's I don't have a lot of supply necessarily, so I got to apologize for coming equipped to like start dipping into stuff while I'm here. But I also have a driver, so like this is like hog heaven for me. You know, I get to do that. Remember the first time I did this? We were in front of the War Memorial of all places.
wow.
We did one thing there, and it's the first time I ever dabbed. And at the end, we did 7 quick ones just for driving out. And I'm telling you, not only was I the best driver ever, no, for real, you know, it was an amazing shortcut, and I think it's better for the lungs because it's less going. But now I'm like trying to put it in upside down, and you know, you two could have had an over under. How many times is Jim going to use this before he tries to go through the mask with it? The answer would have been 6. So you could have picked an over under right behind my back,
so now we're
taking some
betting.
bets, you know.
Well, now I know what to bet on.
Yeah.
Now he's giving out
There he
the
goes.
secrets, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I'm,
Yeah.
I'm catching on. I don't
That's
have to
okay.
ask Kathy.
Yeah, I am what I am. But you know what I really like best is at the I'm talking that Lefty and me doing that. It's like, what did we do when we left there? You know, just stayed in the game. You know, I'd have to
what you do.
say, time involved in medical cannabis. I've been doing this in New Jersey since 1993. But if you took the number of hours involved, I'll bet you almost outweigh me by twice.
Probably.
I'd have to say you've been on the road more than anybody,
What?
Lefty.
What?
Boots on the ground, whatever. You know, there should be a Lefty Grimes Award. I mean, hell, you're getting resolutions yourself. Why don't you give one out?
Okay.
A resolution to
Well,
a legislator.
Medman gets a trophy this year as soon as we get it made. You probably get 2.
Definitely.
Helping patients out, man.
God, yes.
You help
Absolutely.
patients out more than anybody that I
Oh,
know.
100%.
100%, man.
Like,
New Jersey Medman,
I
always.
mean, we are blessed to
Yeah.
have some very good vendors, but man,
Yeah.
this man right here, he has helped our veteran community
Yes. Oh my goodness, what's that?
probably more than
My phone?
This is what people claim the gray
Kathy. I got to get my phone. It seemed to be phoneless.
That's what gifting weed is.
Oh shit! New Jersey Medman just gifted like a bunch of weed to you guys. That's amazing.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, New Jersey
I-
Medman. Thank you. Wow.
I-
That's the true meaning
I
of
mean,
gifting.
seriously,
Oh,
like,
no,
Jim
what's
knows
the-
what it's
He
like.
didn't
and
expect
Jim,
no money.
that's yours.
No nothing.
Where does it go?
Just
You.
That's all you, Jim.
Jim,
New
enjoy
Jersey
it.
Medman.
enjoy it, Jim.
I didn't see you there, but then I got an excuse.
I mean,
No. Well, listen.
but you
then-
don't know
then
what this
if
means
it-
to
Yeah.
like
Well,
a
let me-
patient
let
like
me explain. Let me explain what this means, because before I had to ask him, is it okay to tell people about your generosity? But he's doing this on a podcast, so I don't need no permission from New Jersey Medman to say anything about this now. Yeah,
That's right.
It's New Jersey Medman seems to have a policy and a knowledge that there's always going to be somebody that doesn't have, that needs it. Now, I was able to do in my life, and at times given my last nice huge chunk bud to somebody that would be freaking dying, and and I can't afford to do that. And all of a sudden there's somebody that,
can do it
you know,
for you.
and yes, it does carry a little bit of, I
Yep.
can't take care of myself feeling.
I
you
get
you
it.
can't be an alpha male and have the kind of gratitude that I have. So it's almost like I'll pay it forward again when I can, but sometimes it is a round world,
Oh yeah.
and so I don't care what anybody else thinks, man. He's aces in my book, and
Yes, sir.
it's not about
Yep.
me endorsing anything, because this isn't the first time. I didn't even see.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't see he was here.
Like it's
Takes,
so grateful.
yeah.
And
Well, you know
blessed.
what? This is also good for having the podcast, because I'm sure there's other things going on that aren't happening at the table that everybody walks away better for it and a better person for it as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a pizza.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I-
yeah.
and
Pizza
I'm not-
and Krispy Kremes, hot
and-
Krispy Kremes.
Krispy
Slime.
Kremes.
And I got to
Man,
tell you, as
come
much
on.
fun as I'm having,
Yeah.
we are otherwise engaged, and I have a certain amount of time, but I have lost track of it, and I don't know where my phone is.
It's 1:30, Jim.
Okay.
She's got you.
Oh, you're on schedule. Look at you.
She's got you on point.
Yeah, but this whole it
We
really
all
is.
need we all need
Put
that in our
away
lives.
Or give it to
Yeah.
Kathy now, so
I know,
that
I know.
way.
Yeah, this is all but secondary
know
to
what?
like lost telephone.
As much as I need that in my life, I'm enjoying my peace where I don't have to worry about dealing with anybody else's. I got to
Yeah.
deal with the kid.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sorry.
that's it, and I'm kind of enjoying that because I don't have the mental capacity right now to add any more. Are we still looking for your phone, Jim?
I don't see any phone on the ground.
I don't either.
It's not like down here.
We have
or-
somebody call it and you see if you
Yeah,
Could you ever a microphone?
maybe you're sitting on it.
see what I.
Maybe it's in your pocket.
Oh, the pocket.
Is that what that's for?
Is that wow? Do you deal with that a lot?
all the time.
Oh, I always Austin's every time I lose something, Austin's like, "Mommy,
But it's not
stand
good.
up."
All right, I have to call you.
It may well be back in the car.
Every time
No,
I
I don't
lose
think
something,
so.
the first thing Austin
I
says
put
to
it
me
in
is,
there.
"Stand up, Mommy." Just everything
Sometimes what happens to me is I can't find my phone, then I stand up and
right there,
it
right,
drops. It
Oops.
drops.
right there. Yep, it was somewhere wrapped up in you. But I gotta tell you, I love that
Give me
Find
a
My
call.
iPhone because, like, when the kids like playing
Oh, it's
video,
gonna
he's
just go
he's
beep.
in
It's gonna
video
hate this
game
phone.
land or whatever. No, see that this is what I do. If you have the Find My iPhone app, when the kid's ignoring me because he's in video game land, I go to Find My iPhone, I find his phone, and I send it the Bing because
Man.
it is like it bing bing until he responds to me, and I just keep doing it until he responds. So he doesn't play now. Like when I need to. I say, when you get here, you check in, and when you're leaving here, you check in. And if he does it, he gets a thing. Oh, I can hear it. We can hear it ringing, like vibrating.
Really?
Wait,
You calling it?
no, it was something else. With the headphones on,
You don't
heard that
remember the
one
last time I
vibration.
left, maybe, but if you watch the podcast, I came back twice.
for your phone.
Yeah. And the second time I was
Oh, they're
driving out
missing.
and I had to park and come over. Oh, one more thing, my coffee container.
Oh, gee.
That's not necessarily because of the cannabis. When I was in kindergarten and the teacher was actually teaching us something like syllables, what a syllable was, and who knows a one syllable word and a two and a 3-syllable word, I knew scatterbrain. Yeah, that's true. You know, and it was supposed to be and what the word
Brain.
and what the
Brain.
word means, and it
Brain.
was you know.
Brain.
No brain.
My mom said if my
Brain.
head wasn't
No,
connected
brain.
to my body by my neck, I'd lose it, which is like very bad vision for a
It's
kid.
4 syllables. Scatterbrain.
No,
Brain.
brain
Brain.
brain is one syllable.
Brain.
Brain. It's not brain.
It's
It's
brain.
brain.
It's brain.
Brain.
It depends where you're from.
Mm-mm.
Bahrain. North Jersey says
I'm
Bahrain.
from Philly, South Jersey. We say brain. We say
I don't
water.
know
We
what
say
part of North
pork
Jersey you're
roll.
from, but that's
Well,
You're a whole
I'm
own
gonna have to
island.
get going. Time limits up. It's
We're-
been real. We'll come up with a plan. And
Yes, sir.
if you're going to do Thanksgiving, this is a year I can make it by, but I can't stay for the whole thing.
You-
So I'm just saying, keep in mind, pick up and get where it needs to go without me.
Earlier the better.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Give us. You give direction, and
Well,
and
I'm
I'll
hoping to
do
be
for the
collecting some
letters.
stuff and bring it by and sit for a little bit and watch
Okay.
out. But
Yeah.
We're
Alright.
9:00 on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
Because
Early.
we're here early.
Early. Dab bar. All that stuff.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right
Yeah,
on.
and we already talked a little bit about the toiletries. So
yeah, well, I
We're
always end up with
on top. Food will handle. We've got to figure out a way to figure out the patient, which patients are going to get the meals.
I'm nervous about like
but-
when I lose a phone,
All right. Let's find our groups here.
What are you looking for?
Let's see. Groups. Lord. All right. I want to thank
Which one will work?
CMMNJ. They just gave us a bunch of money.
Cool.
They just they're amazing. So
Nice.
thank you, Ken Wolski, and all you guys from CMMNJ. Very, very gracious, very generous.
Nice. Very cool.
SativaCross.org, magicalbutter.com, UFCW, Local 152, JacksonStorms.com, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, and Pure Puff Lifestyle Shop.
Yeah. I gotta go stop in there and go say hi to Eric and Justine.
So before we end here, before Jim goes, hey Jim, before you go, first name on our list, because we're ending the show. First name on our list is Cheryl Miller. Give us a.
Of course I did.
Can we have the short version, if there is a short version of?
Yeah, this is the only time I'm going to walk out on the list, because when you read that list, its purpose is, you got to make people feel like shit, because that's the reality of a situation of people dying with medicine that could help them. You know, and you got to make people feel like shit. So it's better at the end of the podcast to do it and make it real, you know, the suffering over the blindness to something so obvious, you know, and the knee-jerk reactions and all that, and people are dying that don't need to be. And that's why I will be the damn Grim Reaper this Halloween, and I'm going to get out to more than one place, you know. Grim Reaper is going to have some fun after the election when he knows who's going to be sending him the most business. Jamie Holsapple. Oh, by the way, Grim Reaper goes to Holsapple's office in the 10th district, because that's where Cheryl used to protest. And we were there, like, I think 9 times. And he avoided her entire life. Actually, we caught him one time. He was going to be speaking somewhere with a bunch of other people. He had his name tag and everything. And we had him. And what happened was he even had like a glass of water already. Sorry, he can't be here. His mate, Assemblyman Wolf, was saying he had to go to a bar mitzvah. And I'm thinking, what a bad lie. You see,
right
because
there.
this was obviously scheduled, and he obviously had it scheduled like not
Well
6
in
months ago.
advance. Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
but a bar mitzvah, you get your invitation 6 months ahead of time.
At
give
least.
or
Yeah,
take.
a good bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 months.
Anyway, so
Wow.
we're going back there because
Feckless.
that's where she used to go with a sign that said, named them all by name, or cowards and liars. Truth is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feckless.
All right,
That's
so I'm
very
going to
true.
walk out and, yeah,
Thank
Nice
you,
seeing you,
Jim.
Jim.
obviously my
Oh, it's
personal
great seeing
experience
you.
has been mentioned at the forefront of each of these, and I appreciate that. You know, it's what keeps me going. Anyway, thanks for everybody's
Thank you. No,
generosity
thank
today,
you.
you know. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Jim. When you give direction, and we will follow it. Absolutely. For the letter
Yeah.
with Sweeney,
Don't
I
forget,
will do.
give me either message me or email me at pot4ms@yahoo.
Okay. Pot 4, the number 4,
Yeah, like a license.
ms@yahoo.com, right? Oh. .org. Okay. Yahoo.org.
No, .com.
.com. Yahoo.com.
Okay.
Okay.
Cheryl Miller, Sabina Rose, Diane, Gracie, Cindy May, Marie, Jack, Joan Ford. That's William's mother, and William Haney's in some kind of a facility now. It's online.
Yeah,
You can
I
write to
heard.
him or call him. I guess there's a way to get in touch with Bill Haney, so you can try to do that. Randy Robertson, Polly Connolly, Bill Buckman, Chad, Jeremy, Colette, Matt, Troy, Russ Perry, Roger Barber. Roger Barber used to come to the State House a lot. Jay Oleto, Ella Bagelman, who came to the State House a lot. Hattie Koshel, Jackie Rickard, Anthony, Jake, Armando, Felicia, Lynn, Dan, Sean, Joyce, Lori, Frank, Brian, Flo, Carl, Thorne Peters.
Can I tell a quick story about Sean's daughter? They started new 6th grade this year, new school.
Oh yeah, Marine vet Sean McKay.
Exactly. On the first day of school, a dragonfly met her at her front door and followed her down the steps, and they have pictures of this dragonfly, like her father. It was a symbol that meant a lot to them, and on the first day of 6th grade, there it was, this dragonfly. That was just it was just a beautiful sign, but at the same time heartbreaking.
Yeah. Well, this list is very helpful, hurtful, hopeful. It's all three at the same time. Sometimes it's really crazy. These are our
Inspiring.
it's inspiring. These are our friends, man. These are our people that suffered.
I think each name has made me realize even more so how truly blessed I am with every day that I get.
Yeah.
Who's watching them?
Yeah. What are we doing here? We're trying to help people. Like our friends here should have been helped.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't helped. They didn't get what they needed. Frank Lorraine, Terry Harris didn't get what he needed. Charlotte Figge, Cher, Jay Bird, Michael Dillon died from a drop seizure.
Mm-hmm.
Marley Sheen.
Yeah. Year on Marley just not too long ago.
Red Blazer just died.
Yep, Red Blazer the other
Red
day.
You all know Red.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jeff Oakes.
Mm-hmm. Coming up on the anniversary. Yeah.
See you Thanksgiving. Podcast be back next week in Morris County. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady in the glow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.